Welcome back to Master Your Glass with me, Livio Lauro. Today I am joined again by my great friend Giuseppe Gonzalez, who is making us a great drink, actually the one he's most proud of, called the Duke of Suffolk. All right, so Giuseppe, you call this a great variation of an Irish coffee, tea and gin. I'm excited about it, so why don't you tell us about it?
The story behind it is kind of complex and weird. I used to own a bar called the Suffolk Arms in New York City, and I already had a drink that I thought would be the most popular drink on the menu. And just like, you know, what you realize is like the guest always determines what the most popular drink is. So it's like, it was one of those things. So I actually, the original drink, this is the Duke of Suffolk. There was another drink called Duke of Suffolk. I don't even remember what was in it. I just remember that this drink was hands down the most popular. We opened in February, and there was actually a cocktail competition, a hot gin punch competition.
Love it.
And long story short, of course, like I thought to myself, like, oh, this is stupid. Hot gin? This is dumb. And then I sit in my mind, I'm like, well, it's actually not so dumb, you know? Yeah. And it's always one of those things where I always feel like you have really great ideas after first, you're just like, no, that's stupid. So I thought to myself, well, you know, if it's gonna be a hot gin, you know, drink, you know, what already works with gin? And of course, like the botanicals in gin already mirror what you see in tea, you know, and I wanted something hot because I just have a thing where I'm just like, well, if I have frozens, I have hot, and I want to be able to give the guests something. I already had an Irish coffee on the menu, but we were never going to beat, you know, Dead Rabbit. So I was like, all right, let me just play with something else.
Okay.
And the cool thing is just like this drink taught me a lot about like how guests think and just like totally breaks the rules. Because I thought to myself, okay, it's the most popular drink in February. It's cold in New York, cool. March, cool. And then July, you know, I'm going to have to take it off the menu. And I realized, yeah, that's not going to work. It's just like it's
so guests kept on asking
for it, and it was an end of night thing, and it's beautiful and it's comforting and it's light, it's low ABV unintentionally. Did all these things unintentionally.
I love it.
I was just trying to make a hot drink, and I thought, you know, if a silly idea ends up being the most popular. There are guests that come in sometimes after having one, and they'll leave. They left work or whatever. That'll be 3 a.m. And it's like, I just came in for a Duke right now. You know, I had a really tough day. And when you see a drink actually doing that, like I remember for me, it was an old fashioned. It's like, oh man, I had a really tough shift, or like, you know, I'm going through some stuff. Let me just sit down and drink an old fashioned. You know, sip on something for 20 minutes, and then, you know, I can kind of center myself. And I see people do that with this. You know, it's never something people just shoot. Long story short, it gets about an ounce and a quarter of gin. You can obviously add more or less. We use a Georgian Irish coffee glass, or Gregorian. I always forget the exact label. It's the exact one they use at Buena Vista, and they're the standard.
There it is. Well, that is actually from the Buena Vista itself. So.
But about an ounce and a quarter.
Okay. And the ounce and a quarter to ounce and a half ratio comes from obviously because gins come in different alcohol proofs, or just because?
Well, the one thing about hot drinks that makes it a little bit tough is because just like if you go a full ounce and a half to about 2 ounces in that glass, which is about a 5.5, 6 ounce glass, like you're displacing so much heat from it. Like, you know what I mean? It needs more hot stuff than it does booze in order to really do what it does. So going a short ounce on it, you know, makes it low ABV. Plus, you know, it cooks off a little bit. Plus, you know, you get to get that glass tempered. If we were behind the bar, usually there's something I learned from Audrey Saunders, you know, with all her hot drinks, in particular the Tom and Jerry. It's just like before we even serve it, we start heating up glasses.
Got it.
You know, and I think Dead Rabbit does that too. They actually keep their glasses in a sous vide bath, so their glasses are always at a certain temperature, so it's like
ready to go.
They're ready to go.
Love it.
So if you do any kind of prep, you know what I mean, you know, fill it up with hot water first, chill it down. But long story short, right here we have a blend of 2 teas. I basically didn't know what to decide because my 2 favorite teas are English Breakfast and Earl Grey. And I went to a place in New York called Tea and Sympathy where they actually served it both. And I was like, oh, I'm not the only person who thinks they're both amazing. This is something you just usually, this is actually, it's served hot, it's already sweetened, the exact ratio. I mean, like, you can't add too much sugar to it because there's enough alcohol in there to displace it. So I would say, like, go sweeter than your like, how you normally drink your tea, go a little bit sweeter. But like as you can see in the glass right here, you know, it's almost halfway full. You know what I mean? We're gonna go about there.
Super. Love it.
And the beautiful thing too is just like a lot of people have their own coffee mugs, and you just like top it off, you can gauge it. You know, the best thing about the drink is that it's comforting. So like, if you need to go a little bit more or less, it's never gonna hurt you.
Love it.
And the other cool thing that you see, and this is primarily from the Irish coffee, where it's just like there's a temperature gradient, where you go from really cold to really hot, and it just like the way it sits there, it's just like it starts off one way and then it warms you up, so just like the hot coffee cools down immediately, and it gets a float of cream in there. This is the one part that makes me nervous doing this on camera, and then nailed it.
So how did you whisk this cream?
I usually go until like I see like ribbons like that.
Got it.
And then you go, and it just sticks a little bit. I mean, like, you'll learn the hard way, the way I have, where it's just like, oh, you know, you don't do it enough, and then it sinks down, and you don't have that beautiful separation. Or, you know what I mean, you just go like that, and it sticks like butter.
Right.
But, like, out of all the drinks, when you put this one in front of people, you know, it's a lot of fun. You're never gonna get drunk off it, you know what I mean? And it's a great way to end the night, which is like, you always want to, like, you know, like how you say goodbye to people at the end of the night. It's kind of like how you say hello and how you say goodbye.
Primacy and recency.
Exactly. So like if you say goodbye with this one, people, you know, doesn't matter what their experience was, they're always gonna leave, you know, positive, which is what you want to do as a bartender. You know?
Love it. Love it.
But give that a taste, but
all right. No garnish?
nope. You know how I feel about garnishes. Absolutely
All right.
never.
I am excited to enjoy this.
Brother. I love the whipped cream mustache.
Holy. So the bottom is hot, the top is cold, and I'm getting hot on the top of my tongue, and I'm getting cold on the bottom of my palate. What a great combination. The tea sugar, I get what you're saying, where there needs to be quite a bit of sugar in here, and it's perfectly balanced. I'm getting tea, I'm getting the botanicals from the gin, I'm getting the cream, and I am getting great sensations. Please be sure to tune back into Master Your Glass, where you get expert instruction for everyday consumption from people like this guy.